In the beginning, this world was never meant to be entered. It existed beside our own, breathing quietly, waiting for the moment when memory would open its eyes. The land stretches wide under a sky untouched by history. Stone rises from soil like old scars. Oceans press against their edges, endless and patient. Wind moves through valleys as if searching for something it once knew. This is Kanto not as a place on a map, but as a living body, shaped by creatures older than language. In the tall grass near the foothills, something small stirs. Yellow fur catches the light, ears twitch. Pikachu stands alert, electricity humming softly beneath its skin. Not violent, not loud, simply present. Nearby, Raichu watches from a rock, heavier, steadier, grounded by age. Along the same fields, Bulbasaur moves slowly, each step deliberate, the bulb on its back warm and alive. Ivysaur follows, thicker vines brushing the earth. Venusaur lumbers last, ancient and immense, a walking garden carrying the weight of seasons on its back. In the distance, flames flicker. Charmander warms itself against a stone, tail burning steadily. Charmeleon sharpens its claws against scorched rock. Above them, Charizard rests on a cliff edge, wings folded, smoke drifting from its breath as it surveys the land below. Rivers cut through the plains, cold and clear. Squirtle swims close to shore, shell catching sunlight beneath rippling water. Wartortle moves deeper, fins guiding it with ease. Farther out, Blastoise rises briefly, water pouring from its cannons like rain before it sinks again into the current. Forests thicken as the land climbs. Caterpie inches along leaves heavy with dew. Metapod clings silently to bark hardened and still. Butterfree lifts into the air, wings scattering pale dust that glows briefly before fading. Beedrill hums through dense undergrowth, fast and sharp, its presence clearing space instinctively. Weedle and Kuna scatter beneath fallen logs, part of the same quiet cycle. Birdsong fills the open sky. Pidgey flutters between branches. Pidgeotto rides warm air above the trees. Pidgeot cuts across the clouds, vast wings pulling the wind itself along. On cracked roads reclaimed by grass, Rattata scurries low and quick. Raticate watches from shadow, teeth bared not in threat, but readiness. Sparrow shrieks across barren ground, sharp and restless. Pharaoh follows, long-necked and relentless, its cry echoing against stone. As the sun lowers, shadows stretch. Ekans coils along warm rock, scales glinting. Arbok rises tall from the grass, patterns flaring like warnings written into its skin. Sand shifts near the riverbanks. Sandshrew digs with tireless focus. Sandslash stands nearby, spines catching light like blades. In the distance, Nidoran move in pairs, cautious and watchful. Nidorina grazes among wildflowers. Nidoking stands like a fortress beside her. Nidorino tests the air, restless. Nidoking roars once, the sound carrying far before settling back into silence. Moonlight reveals Clefairy dancing in a clearing, feet barely touching ground. Cliffable watches from the edge, older, quieter, guarding the moment. Vulpix curls near warm stone, tails flickering like embers. Ninetale stands apart, elegant and still, eyes reflecting a memory deeper than fire. Jigglypuff hums softly beside a pond, voice gentle and hypnotic. Wigglytuff sways nearby, breath rising and falling in time with the night. Zubat fill the caves, wings whispering in the dark. Golbat hangs above, eyes open, aware of every vibration in stone. Oddish sleeps beneath leaves. Gloom releases a heavy scent into the air. Vileplume blooms fully, petals wide under filtered light. Paras skitter across damp soil, mushrooms glowing faintly. Parasect looms over fallen logs, fungus claiming shell and purpose alike. Venonat peers through tangled brush, compound eyes reflecting green light. Venomoth drifts above, wings scattering spores that cling briefly before dissolving. Diglett emerges from soft earth, then vanishes again. Dugtrio rises in unison, three forms sharing one purpose, one motion. Meowth prowls along old walls, eyes sharp with curiosity. Persian steps lightly across stone, silent and refined. Psyduck stands ankle deep in water, head bowed beneath unseen pressure. Golduck moves past it, smooth and focused, cutting through the river with quiet precision. Mankey shrieks from treetops, energy wild and uncontrolled. Primeape slams the ground nearby, power barely contained. Growly the pads along mountain paths, loyal eyes fixed ahead. Arcanine runs past like fire-given form, wind trailing behind it. Poliwag circles shallow pools. Poliwhirl stands upright, water spiraling across its body. Poliwrath steps into deeper currents, fists clenched, presence commanding. Aber sleeps beneath an overhang, mind elsewhere. Kadabra opens one eye, spoon glinting. Alakazam stands alone on a ridge, eyes closed, the world bending slightly around its thoughts. Machop trains against stone, fists striking rhythmically. Macho carries fallen trees with ease. Machamp stands immovable, forearms folded, strength held in check. Bellsprout sways in the breeze. Weepinbell hangs heavy from branches. Victreebel waits, silent and patient. Tentacle drift near shore, translucent and strange. Tentacruel rises farther out, tentacles spreading like a living tide. Geodude clings to cliff faces. Graveler rolls down slopes, stone grinding stone. Golem settles at the base, dust falling from its armored shell. Ponyta runs across open plains, mane flickering like sunrise. Rapidash follows, fire stretching long behind it. Slowpoke rests by the water's edge, unmoving. Slowbro stands half submerged. Shell fused to its body, gaze distant and calm. Magnemite hover near broken metal, fields humming softly. Magneton floats above, the air trembling with contained force. Farfetch'd walks alone through tall reeds, leak held like a relic. Doduo runs across flatlands, two heads scanning opposite horizons. Dodrio halts suddenly, three gazes locking forward. Seal slides across ice, body smooth and bright. Dugong glides beneath frozen water, pale and serene. Grimer oozes through industrial ruins. Muck follows, heavy and consuming, leaving nothing untouched. Shelder clamps onto rocks. Cloyster rests beneath the waves, shell layered and impenetrable. Ghastly drifts through abandoned buildings, form unstable and cold. Haunter watches from walls, laughter unheard. Jengar emerges fully, shadow thickening around it. Onyx coils through mountain passes, stone grinding stone. Steelix lies deeper below, unseen but felt. Drowsy wanders through twilight fields. Hypno stands beneath trees. Pendulum still, gaze unsettling. Krabby scuttles along shores. Kingler raises massive claws, water dripping from each movement. Voltorb rests among stones, still as a trap. Electrode hums with restrained danger. Execute cluster beneath palms. Executor towers above, head swaying independently, rooted and aware. Cabone walks alone at dusk, bone helmet casting long shadow. Marowak stands nearby, silent and watchful. Hitmonlee balances on long legs, stretching with purpose. Hitmonchan strikes the air, fists moving faster than sight. Lickitung tastes the air, tongue trailing. Coughing floats low, gases swirling. Wheezing drifts above, heavier and more unstable. Rhyhorn charges across rocky ground. Raiden stands firm, armored and unyielding. Chansey moves gently through grass, careful with every step. Tangela creeps through vines, body hidden beneath tangled growth. Kangaskhan stands protectively in open plains, child held close. Horsey darts through coral. Sadra moves deeper, spines sharp and alert. Goldeen flashes beneath the surface. Seeking leaps briefly, crown breaking the water before vanishing again. Staryu spins beneath moonlit waves. Starmie pulses softly, gem glowing. Mr. Mime traces invisible walls through open air, reality bending slightly at its hands. Scyther rests among tall grass, blades folded. Jinx sways beneath northern lights, voice low and strange. Electabuzz crackles with energy near storm clouds. Magmar stands near lava flows, heat warping the air. Pinsir grips tree trunks, muscles straining. Tauros charges across open fields, earth shaking beneath hooves. Magikarp struggles upstream, fins flailing. Gyarados rises from the depths, vast and furious, sky darkening at its roar. Lapras glides across open seas, song carrying far. Ditto ripples across stone, shape shifting endlessly. Eevee stands at a crossroads of scent and wind, potential alive in its gaze. Porygon flickers into existence briefly, angles sharp, reality uncertain. Omanite clings to ancient rock. Omastar rests beside it, spiral shell heavy with time. Kabuto scuttles across fossil beds. Kabutops stands tall, blades gleaming. Aerodactyl screams across the sky, wings tearing through cloud. Snorlax sleeps in the open, vast and immovable, breath slow and deep. And then the air changes. Not all of them were meant to walk freely. Articuno descends with falling snow, wings spanning the horizon. Zapdos tears through storm clouds, lightning bound to its form. Moltres rises from flame, fire reshaping the sky. At the center of it all, Mew drifts unseen, playful and ancient, curiosity wrapped in innocence. And beneath the world, Mewtwo opens its eyes, power pressing outward, the land holding its breath. The earth remembers every step. This was only one region, only one beginning. Beyond the sea, other lands are stirring, waiting for the moment when the world dares to look again.